Hey guys, welcome back to a casual Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. My name is Shibby, and today we are playing my new favorite DEMOKNIGHT class. Essentially, we took the Splendid Screen and replaced it with the Charge and Targe, since the Charge and Targe now has that flame resistance, or the afterburn resistance. Alright, so we're playing with the Lux and Lulz, of course, and then also the Persian Persuader, which complements the whole DEMOKNIGHT loadout very nicely. We are playing on, what map is this? Do you guys, is this Process or Stand-In? I'm not really sure, I get those two mixed up, but either way, they're both fantastic. Now, I do want to apologize that for some reason, the in-game audio was not recorded or it's not in the editing, so hopefully you can hear the lovely music. I guess it'll probably be from Monster Cat Media in the background. So, if you guys don't see this video, actually, that doesn't even make sense. I was about to say, if this video, you don't hear the music, then this video probably didn't get made. But you wouldn't see the video then. Alright, well, that's just completely stupid. Alright, so we're falling back to spawn to get some health. That's one thing that I think is very viable as a DEMOKNIGHT, especially when playing defense on this last little point. Why not use your quick charge just to dash back in there and then come back out? Now, you might be wondering, but Chips, you should just like wait around for a medic, get some health packs, get some ammo. That's great and all, but because of the Persian Persuader, you're going to be picking up everything as health. Ammo will be health, health will be health, demo heads will be health. Actually, no, that's a complete lie. And medics will be health and dispensers will not give you ammo. Fun fact, that was a great snipe by that guy. The reason why I'm including this defensive stand here is we played some pretty serious defense, and I don't think the server is full enough where it was, okay, like Shibs, we understand like defense, but it was 16 versus 16, like that doesn't mean anything. I believe this was like 10 or 12, so it's not quite just spamming defense for the win. It's more like we had some good zoning, this is some good tactics in general, and it's surprising that we're able to pull this off, and we'll see that how the round ends at the very end is quite amusing. I'm very excited to share this with you guys. So the strategy here with Lux and Lulz, of course, is treat it more like a rocket launcher. Of course, you're not going for splash damage. And oh my god, how did that? Oh, heavy. How you see damage? That should have. Oh my gosh! And that scout. This scout was jumping so much that I thought he was gonna go for the health pack for sure. Like that's what you're thinking, right? I hit him once. Clearly, he's very low because these things do probably between 100 to 125. Nearly one-shotting a scout. You would think he'd be going towards a health pack, and that's why I try to make those 2 shots count towards him. But that just did not happen. So, out of the grenade launcher, oh man, I almost like the turnaround shot almost. I believed, but it just did not happen. I just like this weapon so much more for a few reasons. One, does a lot more damage. It's like the rocket launcher. Reloads fast enough that I don't mind the smaller clip size. It's not a magazine, I guess it's a clip. Or I guess barrel loading. I don't even know the technical term. Where was I even going with this? Barrel size. Wow, that completely screwed me up. Oh, it's like a rocket launcher. Yeah, no splash damage, but there's less arc, and it just seems to work better for me. Kind of just spam it and get lucky. The Lux and Lulz, so you just try to get lucky and you'll probably laugh. And it's just very good at taking out sentries as well. Also, it's very satisfying, so it's just a very satisfying weapon to use. Comboed with the shield sword combo, whatever of your preference, I prefer this. It really just works out well. So if you're looking just to have fun, you're not looking to carry the team or play like for serious serials. Serious, what the fuck am I talking about? You're not going to see this loadout in a 6v6 competitive match, I'll tell you that. So, if you're looking just to have fun, it's where it's at. While this defensive stand continues, one thing I have not been able to cover yet after the SteamOS was announced, and I had a little video and raffle talking about that, we now have the Steam machine and also the Steam controller. So if you guys haven't really seen that yet, we'll have images or announcements appearing on the screen now, hopefully. If I forget, I apologize. Anyways, a couple of challenges and solutions that I see for the Steam machines. Let us begin. Alright, so you guys know high-end computers. they're not cheap. It's possible to build probably for around $500, but let's be realistic. You'll probably need to spend around $700 to get a reasonably priced PC that doesn't completely suck. Now, the upcoming PlayStation 4 is $399, while the Xbox One is going to be $499. The issue here is the first wave of Steam machines, if they're more expensive than these two consoles and they don't offer any significant or noticeable improvement in performance, that could be a serious problem. They need to offer high-end specs with incredibly aggressive price tag. An increasing price tag would not make sense. An incredibly aggressive price tag. Wow, I just cannot talk. Anyways, the pricing needs to be on point. If it's too much, it just really won't make sense. Now, hopefully they get somewhere in that range, and if they do, the reason why the Steam machine can win is, I'm like waving my arms around for some reason. The reason why the Steam machine can win, just like this defensive stand, I believe, DEMOKNIGHT, I believe with all these resistances, is the Steam OS and Steam and Valve's ability to offer games at such a discounted price that essentially, after a couple of purchases or a big holiday sale, the machine would have paid for itself for the prices you would have paid for those games on consoles. So think about that. Yes, I mean, obviously PC master race already, but if we're going to try and take over the console market too in the living room, we got to be real here. It's not going to be easy, but I do think this is going to help. So we end up defending the point, and now we have a very interesting round of sudden death. Now, let me just spoil this for you guys and say, I do not clutch this by any means, but I do try my best. The clutch is by two very special players and their very special class. Another issue I find with the Steam machine that I'm trying to wrap my head around is the Steam OS is not Windows. Just think about that for a second. I believe it's somewhat Linux based, correct? And your games are mostly made for Windows. Does that mean they're instantly going to work for Steam OS? I don't think so. So when the Steam machine comes out, there needs to be games that work that people need to be really interested in, because if most PC titles are exclusively on Windows, and that's usually what happens, and they're almost like a half step behind PlayStation, Xbox development in the first place, can Valve trigger a monumental shift in development support for Linux, or SteamOS will always play second fiddle to Windows? So kind of like the too long didn't read version is, why would PC players give up their existing library on Steam for a smaller catalog on SteamOS? As you saw, I died, but we have a couple interesting classes left. We'll let these guys duke it out. So the solution that would be Half-Life 3. One game, that's all it would take. Half-Life 2 considered one of the greatest games of all time. So Half-Life 3 would have to be this for the Steam OS, and that would be what it would take for starters to get the ball rolling. Other than that, I don't really understand the Steam OS with the Windows compatibility. This soldier just goes absolutely beast. Like he pretty much flat out saved the round in some cases with the medic support, and then the medics, of course, are gonna do their thing and try to win this round. It just completely blows my mind, but just kind of like food for thought. So Windows does not equal Steam OS. All games will probably not work on Steam OS. That might be an issue. I guess all in all, Steam really has an opportunity to do a lot of great things here, and knowing Steam and Valve, we're gonna do it right. They don't mess up that often. They usually know what they're doing, and I have complete faith in whatever they do, even though the controller looks a little weird. I don't know, we'll see. The controller looks a little weird. But anyways, let's jump back into the game here. We have both medics. Sudden death going down. We were getting our asses pushed in by the red team the whole time, and now it's down to a medic with, looks like a quick fix. What's the other guy got? Quick fix? Fantastic. Just two quick fix medics. At least one has an uber saw, and he ends up taking out, looks like an engineer. Who was even left? Yeah, it was an engineer. So not the best ending right there as far as like a final kill, but nicely done by those medics working together. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. My name is Shibby. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a future video. Feel free to like and comment on the video, that'd be great. Let me know what you guys think about the Steam Machine and SteamOS and the Steam Controller all below in the comments. I'm excited to read them and all that kind of good stuff. Later, guys. Yeah, I love talking about 2142. That was just a lovely game. And I saw that they added the Airburst grenade launcher back in here. So I'm excited to check that out. But so far I've just been playing with the Assault Kit. I do like the Revive change. I do like the Med Pack change. How you can just kind of toss it and run yourself and it just heals you. It works very well.